And there we go, guys. We just got the next car sold. We got the 2005 Nissan Altima sold for $2,700, giving us a profit of $900 with only about 6 hours of work, which isn't half bad. Bringing us a grand total of $3,500 that we've accumulated so far from this series. Now, what we're gonna be doing is taking that money and going to the auction to see what we can get. All right, guys, let's continue this series. Let's get to it. What's up, guys? My name is Jamal from Flipping University. In this channel, I help people that might not have too much mechanical experience go from amateur to expert flipping cars so that they can build a life of freedom, doing whatever they want, whenever they want. And one last thing I want to touch on before we go to the auction is that I will say one thing. The type of cars that I'm going for, they're cars that, again, are for the people out there that might not have too much mechanical experience, which is very different from the cars that are generally on YouTube when people say that they're flipping a car and they bought the car for $1,000 and then sold it for like $6,000 or something and made $5,000 profit. A lot of those cars that people are doing are cars that need a lot of mechanical work, and if you aren't that mechanically savvy, you can have trouble with. These are cars that don't really need much work, and with this, our strategy is, first of all, reducing risk so that you're not getting burned like some other people might that are actually losing thousands off of their cars. And then on top of that, we're gonna be having the strategy of volume. We're gonna be buying cars that don't really need much mechanical work, selling them fast, selling them for a decent price, getting quick profit, and then rolling over to the next one. So if you're gonna be doing this yourself and you're gonna be buying cars that's like this that might only need like 5 hours of work to put into, this is the type of strategy that I would suggest you to do as well. But all right, guys, let's get to the auction. We gotta get there before everyone else gets there. Okay, we are in the auction. Before we go check out these cars, I just want to say, first of all, I'm gonna have to speed through this very quickly. If I go really slowly with things, which actually happened the last time when I was making this type of video, when it gets closer to the time that the cars are about to go through the auction, the people that are working here start looking to see if you're driving the cars around, and you're really not supposed to be driving around the cars like that in this particular auction. So we're gonna try to bust through everything as quickly as possible. And on top of that, to be honest, we'll see how things go, just because this is around tax time, and this is when dealers end up spending a lot more for cars than they usually would. So we'll see what we can come up with, if we possibly can come up with anything at all. Let's see how it goes. The first car was supposed to be right here is for E4. It was a Cadillac SRX or something like that, but it's not here, so that marks one off the list. The next one that's going to be possibly in our price range would be this one. It's a 2002 Toyota RAV4. Has 117,000 miles on it. Looks like it's in good condition overall. Let's see if it starts up. Nope, on to the next one. And again, just to explain for people that are new to the channel, I'm going to be passing up cars that do not start just because the engine codes were cleared. I don't know what's going on with the cars. I don't like to take that chance, especially not with auction cars. These dealers sometimes can be extra savvy. Now, the next car is a car I'm going to be checking out for my brother. He was starting to have a little bit of car problems himself. So I told him I'd start looking for a car from a bit at the auction as well. And this is his possible car. Looks like it has a little bit of paint damage in the front, but it's a 2006 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Let's see if it even starts up. Has some decent leather interior, a little rip on the seats on the side. And no, it doesn't even start up. Sorry, bro. This ain't the car for you. And the next one is right here. It's a 2003 Toyota Sequoia. That's a little sketchy that the last inspection was from 2020, but let's see how it looks. This guy's going a little harder to sell it as well. Looks like it's a new car trade, runs 100% mint. We'll see about that when we start it up. Runs 100% mint, but it can't even start up. I'm good. Ooh, it's starting to get pretty cold out here. I gotta start bundling up a little better next time. Let's keep it pushing. This one's a 2006 Toyota RAV4. There's a small dent, and actually not even just a dent, there's a whole scrape on the side. Looks like that's it though, and the rims are destroyed. So it looks like we'd at least need a new pair of rims as well. And on top of that, there's some rust on the bottom there. It's already not going very well. If we did sell it, it'd have to be selling in pretty rough condition. But let's just see if it starts up. Why not? It smells like butt cheeks in here as well. I don't think we're gonna go for it. It's running pretty rough too. And then on top of that, it's in pretty rough condition as well. A lot of people are just gonna pass on it right when they see this thing. So I'm just gonna pass on it as well. And I'm not really trying to get into a job where I have to do a whole bunch of body work. Next one is this one right here, the 2007 Toyota Sienna. And you can't sleep on these vans, especially in times like this where the economy is not going well. These things are still going to sell well. It's a Toyota and it's good for people with big families. And it looks like it's in pretty good condition. It's a little bit of scraping on the side there, but nothing too crazy. A little bit of a scrape on the side as well. Okay, I don't know what this person was doing where every part of the car seems like it just scraped up. Does she start? She at least starts. All right, let's run the codes. And it's not too crazy. It looks like it's just a random cylinder misfire, and then for an O2 sensor as well. And it doesn't look like they cleared the codes with this one. So let me pop the hood and go on to the next part. All right, let's check onto the engine cap. Looks good. Dipstick. Let me give it a little lick as well. All right, it tastes pretty good. And on top of that, it doesn't look like there's any leaks in the system as well. I just went on a test drive and it looks like it's pretty good. It wouldn't be that big of a fix to fix a couple of things that it needs. The car overall is in pretty good condition. And this is the next one right behind it. This one looks like it is in nice condition. I love the red with this thing. There's a 2008 Ford Edge, has 148,000 miles. Also should be in our price range if things don't go crazy when it's bidding. Ooh, the leather is pretty ripped up. That's pretty bad actually. But let's see if it starts. It also smells disgusting in here. And it does start up. And now this is the first car that has no codes at all. The check engine light was not cleared and there's no codes in the system. The only thing I'm seeing so far is just these seats that are pretty ripped up. But let's pop the hood and see how it's looking under there. Check under the cap. Looks good. Engine oil looks pretty dark, but it just looks like the engine oil needs to be changed. Nothing too crazy. There's no leaks in the system. All the fluids are all good. And there's no leaks underneath as well. All right, everything looked good with that as well. We'll see if it goes under price range. There's another one right here. This is a 2002 Ford Explorer. This would definitely be under our price range for a pretty cheap amount. Some nice chrome wheels on there. Inspection looks like it's good until later this year. Let's check it out. Let's see if it starts. And yes, it starts right up. There is a check engine light on, so let's see what it's on for. And it looks like there's a code that's coming up that's potentially for the catalytic converter, and I'm good, not about to go investing money into that. On to the next one. And this one's a Mini Cooper. This is also in our price range, got a convertible top. We'll see if I can even fit in this thing. I'm like 6'2", so this isn't the car that's really made for me, but it ain't gonna be for me. Looks like it's in good condition though. Looks good in the interior. It would be nice if this was a manual, but let's see if it starts. This has a really strange startup too. It's not push to start. You have to put this key in the little slot here, and then you push to start it. This is the cool thing checking out certain cars. It's interesting to see how certain car manufacturers go about doing everything. But let's do our routine check. It does look like the engine light is on, and on top of that, it's idling pretty randomly. It's just climbing up in RPM while I'm just sitting here. But let me check to see what the codes are coming up for. And it looks like the reason why it's running so rough and the check engine light is on is that basically every cylinder is misfiring. If it was another car like a Toyota or a Nissan or something like that, I wouldn't mind with cylinder misfires, but honestly cars like these are already not that reliable, so I'm probably just gonna pass on it. I don't want to really take the risk. But this is the next one, is a 2006 Honda Odyssey, 213,000 miles. Yes, that's a lot of miles, but for a Honda, honestly, it can take it. Looks like overall it's in good condition. Does it start up? Nope. And here's the next one right here, B78. Ooh, I didn't see how that paint was looking though. I mean, at that point, you might need to have the whole hood repainted, and you can't really do that too well outdoors. You might have to just pass on this one. And there's another possible one right here. This is a Hyundai Sonata, 2006. Only 95,000 miles, not bad. Let's see if she starts up. And yes, it does. But there is a check engine light on. Let's see what it's on for. So the engine light came on for an O2 sensor, but it looks like they just cleared the codes for this one. And it happens to be the codes that would be connected to the catalytic converter as well. So I'm not gonna take the chance. On to the next one. This is the next one right here. It's a 2002 Chevy Equinox. Looks like it's in really good condition. Ooh, outside of that dent right there. But It's not too bad. Let's just see how it starts up. Oh, nope. I don't even think we're gonna start it up. All the doors are locked. That's perfect. I don't know who really be bidding on cars like this where you can't even start the thing up. Another one right here. This is a 2008 Mazda Tribute. Don't really see these anymore, but overall looks like it's also in good condition. And again, does it start? Yes, at least this one starts. And yes, it starts, but as you can see with this one, the codes were also cleared. Not gonna happen. And the next one is a 2007 Jeep Patriot. It looks like somebody keyed up the car right there. I don't know if that was somebody's angry wife or whatever, but who knows. Outside of that, the car does look like it's in pretty good condition. Has leather interior, but you guys already know the game. It does indeed start. There is a crack on that radio screen right there, so we'd have to replace that. There is a check engine light on as well. Let's see what it's on for. And on top of that, the ABS light is on. And the engine is actually sounding really rough. It sounds like there's a bit of a clanking in the engine. I'm probably just gonna pass on it. I don't even think it's worth scanning it up. And this is one of the last cars right here. This is a Honda Pilot. Has 199,000 miles on it. It's in pretty good condition. These seats look pretty strange, but let's just scan it up and see how it is. It does also start up, but again, the engine light is on. We'll see what the story is with this one. And it looks like this one's a no-go as well. It looks like there's codes for possibly the catalytic converter being bad. I will say I respect the people that at least keep the codes in the system if the catalytic converter is bad and they're not trying to burn everybody else that's here. So shout out to whoever is selling this car for actually being a trustworthy person. All right, this is the last one to check out. This is a 2006 Chevy Cobalt. It has really low miles, only 70,000 miles on it, and is one of the last things to go through the auction. But let's see what the story is with this one. Seats are looking pretty crusty and it does not start. So that's a dub. And that's all the cars that we have to check out. It's pretty crazy, but after about 15 to 20 cars that I had to check out, only 2 of them were actually trying to bid on, which is gonna be the Toyota Sienna and then I believe it was a Ford Edge. But let's see how things go with it. You never know, we could still possibly come up with it. It is perfect timing too because the auction is just starting. There's cars that are starting to go through the lanes, but now we're just gonna chill in a car that's around the area just to stay warm. And maybe we could check out something that's pretty cool too. And this is gonna be the car I'm gonna be chilling in. This is one of my future wifey's gold cars to get right here. It's a Mazda CX-5, only has 30,000 miles on it. It's a 2019 and is in a beautiful red and it looks gorgeous inside too. Smells like a brand new car in here. But we're gonna be chilling in here until we're ready to bid on the cars.
No, sir. This is how good these things run. Look at the knowledge on them. They run forever. Well, driving 5, 600, 5, 600, 550, 500, 600, 5, 600, 5, 600, 5, 600. 5, 600, 5, 600, 600, 600. Oh, come on. Oh, 5, Mark, can I sell this one? I'm done. 5, 600, 5, there's a collector item, boys. 5, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600. Oh, 500, 600, 600, 600. Oh, 5, 600 to go. Take it outside. 5, 600, 600 dollar bill. Mark, there's 550. Did you say yes? Yes, she said yes. 118. Thank you, buddy. Trying for 65. Over the mouse we got a minute. Oh, we got soccer moms. Oh, you soccer moms. Oh, number 65. Toyota Sienna over the mouse. Oh, Trevor, 5,000. 11, 12, 12, 12, 11, 12. See you, Mark. 11, 12, 12, 13, 10, 10, 13, 13, 14, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 15, 16, 16, 16. 15, 16 all day long. 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 2,000 out of there. I got 19, 2,000 out of there. 2,000 out of there, 2,000 more. 20 with 200 out of there. 20 with 200 out of there. 20 with 2 out the door. I got you 2,100, 2,200. 2,200, take it outside all day long. 22, 2300 dollar yard again. 23, 2400 there. 23, 24, 24, 2400. 23, 34. 24, 24, 2400. 3 to 4 to 4, 2400 dollar bill. A1 leaders sold 2500. Sold you at 450.
And unfortunately, we did not get a car. There was that first car that went by that was looking pretty good. I was tempted to get it. It was only going for like 600 bucks. And I did quickly check over it when I was going through the cars. But the car was marked title absent. And I really don't want to get a car that ends up stopping the whole series just because I'm waiting for the title to arrive. And then it was kind of strange on top of that. The Ford Edge that we checked out that was looking good just disappeared. It didn't go for the auction, so I don't know, maybe they're gonna put it into the next auction or whatever, but it didn't happen for today. And then with the Toyota Sienna, as you saw, it went for about $2,500 as the top bid. I was trying to stay around $2,000 for it, just because you got to keep in mind it's not just what that top bid is, there's also going to be auction fees on top of that, and I really wasn't looking to be that high on a car like that. I will say it wasn't way off, but it was a little bit too high. But anyways, if you have not gotten it before and you're new to this channel, I have a free checklist that I put together that just goes over the 10 quick steps that you could follow to find a good car deal for yourself, where you do not have to go to a car auction to find a good car deal. If you want access to that, just go to the link in the description below. And on top of that, as I mentioned before, if you guys are watching some of my videos, I'm also going to be dropping something the very last day of this month on this Friday upcoming to the people that have received that checklist. It is going to be something that is going to really help you guys out that are looking to buy good car deals for yourself or flip cars in the future or whatever you want to do with it. But make sure you do not miss out on this one. And in the next part of this series, of course, we're going to be covering getting the next car. It's either going to be in two different ways. We're either just going to put all of our money into one car, or technically we have enough money where we could get two different cars. But either way, we'll see what we can come up with. Regardless, just make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when the next videos come out. All right, guys, till next time, peace.